Well, hello Internet, and welcome to part 12 of my Python Tkinter tutorial, and I'm going to continue making the paint application, and in this part I'm going to completely make all of the drawing tools work. So all the code's in the resources folder, and I have a lot to do, so let's get into it. Alright, so I have to make the line draw, arc draw, oval, rectangle, and text draw all work. Now they're going to work somewhat similar. One thing I can do here is all of them are going to be using these points right here. So these first two are going to be where you click, and then you're going to drag your mouse and you're going to release it, and then you're going to have these two, and you're basically going to draw those shapes using both of them. So I might as well just copy this. And then we are down inside of line draw. So what are we going to do here? Well, first off, I want to make sure that all of those have values. So I'm going to say if none not in, and paste them all inside of there. Only thing is, I'm going to have to say self and throw self in front of all these values. Then I can go and put them on separate lines if I would like to. And there you go. So I have self in front of all of them. And this is just a shortcut way for us to check if there are, all these have values. Then after I check that, and we have values for all of them, I can say event widget, which is going to be our drawing area, which is where the events are taking place. And then I call create line. And then guess what I throw inside of there? I take all of these. So it's going to be the starting point and right up to where it's released. And then after that, we're going to say that we want to smooth our lines. And we can go and bounce this back over here. And then we have to define how we are going to fill this color, which is a line. So I'm going to go fill equal to self stroke color. And I kind of wish this was called, instead of fill, it was called stroke, because you're drawing a line, but it isn't. So there you go. And then you say get to get that color. And that is basically all you need to do. Let's go test this. So here we are, and go and select line and draw, and you can see it is drawing lines. So awesome, awesome stuff. Now we're going to go to arc draw, and I'm going to sort of fudge this a little bit. I'm going to have the arcs both have a starting angle and an ending angle that are the same. I wanted to give you a cool program here, but at the same time not make it, 10 parts long. So here we go. So we're going to say arc draw. We're going to do the same thing. We have to verify that all of those points exist. Then after that, we have to do something a little bit different. I'm going to say coordinates is equal to, and then throw all of those values inside of there, except I'm going to get rid of this part and this part right here. So that's going to be the coordinates that are going to be stored. And then I'm going to say event and widget, and it's going to be very similar. Except, for example, I'm going to say create arc, of course. And then you pass in your coordinates. And then you follow that up with the starting angle. And this is going to be in degrees. And extent is going to be the width of the slice in degrees. So make that 150. I'm then also going to say that the style is equal to arc. You can also put pi slice like that, or chord like that. Go and test those out on your own. And then once again, fill is going to be equal to self and stroke color and get. And there we go. And we can save that. I have an indentation error, however, so let's go get rid of this and carry this over. And carry this back and save it, and now it should work. And come up here and arc, and you can see it is drawing arcs. All right, and you can play around, try to figure out how to get, or what happens whenever you change the different starting angles and the width and things like that. But I'm pretty satisfied with that. And of course we can change the colors as well. Now I want to do a oval drawing. Again, we're going to go and use this same thing we have right here. So let's just copy it. They're not all going to be exactly the same, but these ones are. All right, so if we have all of those, then we're going to once again call event widget, and in this situation, create oval. Then we're going to throw in all of these guys again. So let's just go and get them. I'm going to grab all of these ones right here and paste those in down here. Some additional things you can type in. You can say fill is equal to self fill color, and get outline is self, and this is going to be stroke color, get, and obviously the outline is what we normally would call a stroke. And then you can define the width of your stroke or your outline, whatever you want to call it. And we have that stored in size. So go and get that as well. And I think that's fine. And let's run it. And tool, and this is oval. And there we go. We have a black oval, and we're also able to come in and define like a stroke that would be different. Let's make it red and fill, why not? And let's make that blue. And you can see that that changed as well. All right, so cool stuff. Now the rectangle is going to be so similar to oval. I'm just going to copy it and paste it in down here because we don't have to change almost anything. So there all that goes. And the only difference is we're going to have to go create and rectangle, obviously. And everything else is exactly the same as oval. So run it and rectangle. And there it is, and fill, and change it to whatever. Pink is fine, and there you can see it also works. And that brings us to text draw. And now before I go and do text draw, I'm going to have to change a couple things that I've done in the past. I'm going to have to import a new module because I'm going to have the user type in the text in a dialog box that, you know, whatever text, how else am I going to know what text they want to put there? So I'm going to go Tkinter and import. And I'll just use a simple dialog. Then I'm also going to have to fix a couple different things. I've decided that I want my bold text and italic text to actually be string vars. And I'm going to put the value inside of there because I think that makes the most sense. So change that to string var. That of course means I'm going to have to go down inside of our font area and change those. So that is right here. So this is going to be bold. That's perfectly fine. All those are the same. I'm just going to change the on value to be bold. So bold. And the off value is going to be normal. And then for italic, that's a little bit different. We're going to have the on value in this situation be italic. And then the off value is going to be Roman. And got that set. Of course, this also means I'm going to have to go and change the initial values for those guys. So that's down inside of here. So bold text, I'm going to set this for normal. And then italic text, I'm going to change that to Roman. All right. And now I should be able to go and set up text draw. So let's go text draw. Now the text draw is only going to have X and Y values because it's not going to be like a certain size. So I'm just going to say if none not in, and then self dot x1 line point, and then do the same thing for the Y and change this to Y. All right, so now that we have those, you can actually, I want to show you, there's a whole bunch of different built-in font families. You can go in here and go font and families like this to go and print all of them out. So go ahead and try that on your own. I'm going to get rid of it though. And then I'm going to come in and actually create everything. So the first thing we got to do is we're going to define our font. So I'm going to go text font is equal to Tkinter font and font. I'm going to first off to go and get the family that was defined. So self and text font and get, and size is equal to self text size. Also going to define our weight equal to self, and this is going to be whether it's bold or not. Slant is going to be whether it is italic or not. Call get on that as well. And then now that I've defined all those things, or actually the user of our program defines it, I'm going to go and get some text that the user wants to print in the window, and I'm going to use the simple dialog that I imported earlier. And I'm going to ask for a string here. And I'll just say input. And I'm going to say the message is going to be enter text. And then we have to tie that to the root. And there we go. Alright, so now that we have that, well, actually I should verify that the user actually put the text is in there. So I'll say if the user text is not none, meaning that they provided it, then I will draw it. Event widget, and create text and self, and it's going to be all those different points again. So let's just copy that, this one right here and this one right here. So there's no point in typing it if I don't have to. I can define my fill to self fill color, and the font is going to be the font that we created. And then the text is going to be the text that the user just typed in for us. And now that I have that saved and run it, and we can come in and select text and click somewhere, and we can say hello and okay. And of course we can go and verify a couple different things. So it changes to, I don't know, let's make it blue, darker blue, okay. And the stroke isn't going to affect the text, but whatever, let's just do it. And then we can go font, change it to Arial so it looks different, and change it to 25 and make it bold and make it italic. And click somewhere and we can say goodbye. And there you can see it worked. Alright, so there you go, and in the next video I'm going to complete everything by showing you how to both save files as well as open files using Pill. So like always, please leave your questions and comments below. Otherwise, till next time.